everyone, I'm Crescent. I hope you're doing well today. I am sending you love, blessings, energy, all of that good stuff your way. If you choose to accept it, that is amazing, and if not, no worries, no hard feelings. Okay, so today we have entered Cancer season, which is an amazing season in my opinion, but I'm also a water sign. But however, with all the retrogrades happening right now, it may not be the most easygoing season to be going through, which is okay. We're here to talk about it. We're here to work through it. So this is going to be a timeless reading. No matter what, it's going to be timeless. So just come back to it whenever you feel called to. You can check out my other videos. All my readings are timeless. And basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting the zodiac signs into categories based on their element. So fire is going to be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Earth is going to be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Air is going to be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And water sign is going to be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So basically, you're going to be keeping an eye out for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. And that is going to be the message you need to hear today. If you don't know your rising sign, that's fine. If you want, you can replace it with your Mars sign. But I would prefer the rising sign. And again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So I'm going to be leaving the timestamps down below. But right now, we're going to be starting with our fire signs. Okay. Shuffling the cards. Oh. Okay. Let's look at what we have here today. So, all right. So we have the Three of Pentacles and we have the Chariot. And for the Oracle cards, we have Perspective and Messenger. Okay. So my fire signs, what I am seeing from this reading is that you definitely need to focus on going in the right direction. So right now I can tell that your focus is mainly going to be on, I'm assuming financial gain, but it doesn't necessarily mean financial. I'm just talking about physical realm gain. So a better house or a better job or, more finer things in life, or going on that vacation you wanted, just wanting to get that sort of stability in your life where things are going to be easier and better. However, you need to focus on it. You can't just be, okay, this is what I want to do, but I'm curious about what's over there. No, you have to remain focused. And if you're not focused, then things are going to get very, very difficult for you, and you're going to end up really, really, really struggling. Okay, my fire signs, that's going to be something you really need to engrave in your head. You need to focus and you need to really power through it. Okay, I know the fire element is very much, they love to start things and they love to be like, yes, this is what I want, I'm going to grab it. But however, it's because fire is so unpredictable, chances are there's going to be a chance where you're going to find it very difficult to stick to it, because now your mind is like, oh, but what about this thing? And you're like, yes, this is my new goal. And then you have all of these half-finished projects and none of them are getting finished. So focus on what you really want right now, and you need to power through it, okay? And with Perspective and Messenger, what I'm seeing is that, I'm just going to read the cards to you. So Perspective says, none of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. And then Messenger is serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. So basically what this is saying is that just because you need to focus on what you need to do, I understand that it's very hard for you to focus on one thing for a very long period of time. You get bored easily, and then you feel annoyed, overwhelmed, and then you just drop it. You can't just focus on one thing at a time, which is understandable. But you need to find that balance. You need to have it so that way, when you are taking a break from this goal that you're trying to focus on, you're not giving it up when you're taking that break. You want to make sure that you are able to find yourself coming back to said goal. And you need to understand that the way you do it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You need to change your perspective on the situation and have it be so that way you know that the more you work towards it, no matter how long it takes, you're making progress. As long as you're making progress, everything is fine. It doesn't matter if you're going to be bulldozing through it, or if you're going to take your time on this project, you're going to take a break so you don't get overwhelmed, you're going to work on that project, and then vice versa. As long as you're getting things done, and as long as you are telling yourself and making yourself stick to it and learn and power through it and finish this project, so that way you can get that sort of physical stability in your life. Once you're able to get that in, it's going to be so much easier. Keep in mind that right now, Mercury Retrograde is happening. I'm not sure if it will be happening when you're seeing this, if you're from the future, but if you're reading this now, basically with this current Mercury Retrograde, Mercury, I believe, currently is trined with Mars being in Pisces and Mercury being in Cancer. So what that is telling us is that right now, Mars being in Cancer is kind of like, you're in a sensory deprivation tank, okay? You don't see anything, you don't hear anything, you barely feel anything. You're kind of just floating in this abyss. There's no direction. And that's what Mars is going through right now, and Mars hates that. So while you are going through it, try not to just power through it, because you may not know if you're actually going in the right direction. So make sure that whatever you're powering through, you thoroughly studied, you thoroughly made sure that this is the direction you want to go. You're thoroughly sure that this is going to take you to your goal. Because right now, it's very much not black and white. We are deep in that gray area, so we may not really understand what may be the best approach. So don't be in a rush. The universe isn't saying to be in a rush. Like this card said, nothing matters. It doesn't matter when you do it, as long as you do it. Okay? So you need to find a way to balance your action and find a way to balance it with, planning and thinking about it and thinking it through thoroughly, because I know fire signs, they could be very impulsive. So basically, too long, didn't read, don't be impulsive, power through it, but not thoroughly. Make sure you stick to it, basically. Stick to it, but don't necessarily power through it, and make sure you find a way to balance everything going on in your life so that way you don't get burned out easily. That's basically the TLDR for my amazing and beautiful fire signs. I hope it resonated with you. Take what does, leave what doesn't. All right. Now it is time to do a reading for my amazing earth signs. How are you guys doing? Yeah, I feel that. Okay. Interesting. I felt called to pull an extra card for you. Okay. Alrighty, so we have the World, the Emperor, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So basically, I can definitely see that you guys are trying your best to start a new project. However, it's not because you necessarily want to start something new. It's more you feel obligated to because of something ending in your life. So for example, this may not be it, but this is just an example for you to kind of digest the message. Let's say you're leaving a relationship. You have left a relationship and you've healed from it. So you're kind of like, okay, so this is going to be a new experience because my relationship has ended. So I'm going to have to start something new. I'm going to have to start, taking care. I'm going to have to start getting used to being by myself, being single, or start looking for another partner, or start, figuring out who I really am inside, so that way I'm ready for a partner and I'm comfortable being single, stuff like that. Just because the relationship ended, now something new is happening. Now, just because that something new is happening does not necessarily mean it's because you wanted to. You may not have wanted to have a new relationship. You may not have wanted to be single. You may have wanted to stay in that relationship, but that relationship is over. So you're starting something new. That's kind of the gist of the energy that I'm feeling right now from these cards. And basically from the Emperor, I'm being able to say that, you know, it's very much a protective energy kind of thing. So you're really wanting to start this new project so you could be more financially stable in your life and feel more stable when it comes to the physical realm. You know, when I say physical realm, I mean, you know, having a good roof over your head, you know, making sure you're fed, you know, very much root chakra energy, which is all about grounding yourself and staying safe and protecting yourself and protecting others. It's all about this safety blanket that you're trying to find. And basically, from what I'm saying from the universe is going to give it to you, but not on a silver platter. It's going to be somewhere that you're not necessarily going to find easily. However, even though it's not going to be easy, it's going to be so rewarding. Now I'm looking at the oracle cards. It says deep cellular healing, Arctic energy, physical and emotional healing, and cracked open rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So yeah, so this whole feeling the need to be stable and feeling the need to find that safety blanket, it's because right now you feel so incredibly vulnerable and you feel scared and afraid. You don't know what's going to happen next, but the universe is saying, don't stress. Don't worry about it, okay? The universe is saying that eventually everything's going to work out fine. Everything is going to make sense. You know, I feel like that's the one thing that you earth signs are struggling with. You're just like, but it doesn't make sense. Why is this happening? It makes no sense. And I feel that frustration just coming through these cards. You're frustrated and you're annoyed and you're angry. And that is why the universe is calling onto you to focus on that physical and emotional healing. Because, yes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. But it's possible. And it's not going to be where you expect it. So you need to surrender yourself to the universe and be like, okay, I'm listening. Tell me what I need to do. Wait for that message. Because if you look at the Emperor, he's sitting on his throne. He's not going out and doing the things for himself. No. He's like, no. It's going to come to me. I demand that it comes to me. So tell the universe, hey, I need more stability in my life. I need to feel safer in my life. I need this in my life. And then demand that the universe gives it to you. And keep that mindset of, I'm going to receive it. The universe is listening to me. I'm going to receive it. The more you think to yourself, I am receiving this. This is now mine. Not even receiving. Have it in the present tense. Tell yourself that you have it. Okay? I am stable. I am safe. You know, life is good. Keep telling yourself that. And then eventually the universe will be like, okay, let's reinforce that sort of thinking. Oh yeah, you say life is good? Okay, well, I'm going to make it even better. I'm going to show you how life is good. Opposed to, oh my god, life sucks. You know, I hate my job. I hate my house. Because if you keep thinking that, if you keep saying that, the universe will be like, oh yeah? You hate your house? Here's a plumbing issue. You hate your house? You have a mold problem. Oh, you hate your house? You know, your roof has a leak. You hate your house? Well, a car ran into it or whatever. You know, oh, you hate your job? Here's an annoying customer. Oh, you hate your job? Your boss was rude to you. You hate your job? Okay, well, now you're sitting beside that annoying coworker who won't shut up and never does their work, and then you get in trouble. You know? So it's kind of like you need to, the universe will only reinforce what you're already thinking, what you're already feeling. So you need to heal yourself emotionally so you could heal yourself physically. And the way to do that is to work on the mentality of it. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Alrighty. Now it is time to read for my air signs. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. You see, normally people would already have their cards drawn. But I'm using the same deck for all you guys, right? So, I'm sure you get it. You understand. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So basically what this is saying is that right now, my air signs, you are in a state of mind where you just want to give, and give. However, I have to ask you, are you receiving? Are you allowing yourself to balance out that energy? Because if you keep giving, and never receiving, eventually you're going to have that empty pitcher. And if you have an empty pitcher, how are you going to pour water into other people's glasses if there's no water in the pitcher to do so? So you need to make sure that you're also giving to yourself and you're also allowing yourself to receive, okay? It's not selfish, it's not bad or nasty. It's something you genuinely need to do in order to stay mentally happy and just physically feel good. Because if you feel drained mentally, it will affect you physically. You'll feel tired, you'll feel drained, you'll feel sleepy and just annoyed all the time, just always irritated. So allow yourself to give yourself a self-care day. You deserve it. Okay. Also, Knight of Cups. What that is saying is that right now you guys are very creative. You know, the way you're giving, the way you're helping others, and the way you want to help others, it's a very creative way to do so. You know, you're making it so that way you are unique. And that's what's most important. Would you consider yourself to be unique? I consider, the universe seems to also consider that your idea, yeah, it's very unique, and that's a very good thing, because if you stay true to yourself, if you stay unique to yourself, and you are your own thing, there's never going to be not enough room for you, because you yourself are the market. You know, if you're trying to be someone else, if you're trying to do something that someone else is doing because of the fact that they're doing it and you're not, and you're like, hey, I want to do it too, so now you do it, but you try to do it the same way they do it, the market is just not going to work out for you, because, well, there's already someone doing it. So do it the way you want to do. Be creative about it. Looking at the oracle cards, the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time, and breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Okay, so what this is telling me is that when it comes to this plan that you're doing, this creative endeavor that you're wanting to do so that we could help others, the universe is saying, yeah, do it. And I can definitely tell this idea that came to your mind, it's going to be a spontaneous thought. It's not going to be something that you're like slowly easing your way towards. It's going to be like, hey, why don't I try this? And then suddenly the universe is just giving you all these synchronicities, like, yeah, you should do this. So do it. You know, do the research, work it out, and I'm sure you'll find it. Especially with my air signs, I know that you are the type of signs that love to just, you know, get into the mentality of things and learn and educate yourself, and just make sure that everything is going to go well. I can already tell that. And, you know, you have a uniqueness to you. You know, you're not going to be so tied down to labels. You're so free. You know, air, you can't, you know, I could do this all I want, but I'm not grabbing any air. You know, if I go like this, there's still nothing in my hands. You know, I'm not going to grab the same air that I have. It's free flowing. You can't bring it down. You can't hold it down. And that's how you are, okay? So know that when it comes to your creative endeavors, when it comes to you helping others, you know, no matter how hard people try, they can't hold you down. They can't grab you. And the universe understands that. And the universe is saying, you know what? Do your own thing and I'm going to support you, okay? The universe is more like a fan, and it's pushing you as being the air in the right direction, okay? So to kind of think of it that way. You think of this idea and the universe is going to push it forward and help you be like, yeah, I definitely should do it, okay? So basically take care of yourself, and when it comes to this creative endeavor you're doing, do it. You know, do your research, make sure that you're doing so safely, and just have fun with it. Because if it's not fun, why bother doing it? Alright, last but certainly not least, it's going to be my water signs. first of all, happy birthday to my amazing Cancer sons. I hope you are having a good season. I hope everything goes in your favor, even though that the planets seem to not be. But you know what? I'm sure I'll be fine. I promise, even though I'm a Pisces, I'm not going to be biased. Okay. Oh. Ooh, okay. You guys seem to be the only sign where cards fell out and was like, no, these are the cards you need. I'm like, okay, say no more. So we got the Moon and the King of Cups. Very interesting. Because basically, both of these cards, in my practice, at least the Moon is in my practice, they're both connected to the water, you know? And it's so funny because the Moon rules over Cancer. And King of Cups, come on, guys. Alrighty. This is very interesting to me. I'm just going to take a look at the Oracle cards as well. Okay, Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings, and adventure, say yes to change. And that card's called Jump In. Okay. So basically what I'm seeing right now is that I'm feeling called to talk about the Moon card first. So a lot of people are afraid of the Moon card because the Moon card has to deal with that deep inner subconscious, and it has to deal with, you know, not being able to see what's going on. You're not able to see how to go forward with things. You're very much blinded because your light is just so limited. Okay? However, know that the Moon is such an amazing and powerful card to have because, yes, it's dealing with the subconscious. It's telling you about how the subconscious is controlling things in your life. And you need to understand that the subconscious is a super powerful aspect in our lives, okay? And I know us as water signs, we know what it's like to dive into our intuition. We know what it's like to be empathetic. We know what it is like to care about how other people feel. We know what that is like. We understand, okay? Now, that being tied with the King of Cups, what that is telling us is that we need to understand that when it comes to our emotions, we can no longer be submissive when it comes to how we feel. We cannot sit back and allow ourselves to be washed out. You know, we can't allow ourselves to be walked all over. We are important, our feelings are important, and we need to vocalize them. All right, right now it's going to be very difficult to do so because of the Mercury Retrograde, you know, it being in trine with Mars, which is in Pisces, which is all about how execution may not go that well. So we could tell that there's going to be a lot of arguments happening throughout this season, okay? The season's not going to be that easy for us because we thrive when it comes to talking about how we feel and our emotions. And especially right now with the Moon being in Cancer, everything's a mess. Everything's a mess because now our Moon is also trined with Mars pretty much, you know, because Mars is in Pisces. So we could tell that there's going to be a trine soon, and that's going to make how we feel, like execution with that, it's just not going to sit well with us. And we need to prepare for that, and we need to understand that that's not going to make us a horrible person because we can't vocalize what we're feeling. However, that doesn't mean that we need to take extra time to sit with our thoughts, sit with our emotions, and thoroughly understand what exactly is going on, and understand that it's not simply just going down to be, you know what I mean? We can't just sit back and allow our emotions to get the better of us because right now things are so clouded, things are so twisted that we don't even know what we're actually reacting to. And we can't say, oh, I'm sorry because I thought it was this, but in actuality it was that, because that communication, it's just not working out right now. So just take the time to sit back, relax, slow down, okay? Again, adventure, say yes to change, and you'll survive this, new solutions in the beginning. So basically the universe is saying that you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine, okay? It may be difficult, it may be hard right now, but everything is going to be okay. Things are not going to be as bad as you imagine it's going to be. And saying yes to change, we're gonna have to change the way we act, we're gonna have to change the way we feel, we're gonna have to change the way we think about certain things. And we have to accept that, we have to acknowledge that change is okay. We're allowed to change our mind. We're allowed to say, you know what, I don't really think it's gonna be this way anymore. I'm changing my boundaries. I'm changing, the way I feel towards the situation. I'm changing the way I feel towards this person. It's okay to change, okay? I find it so funny that we get so caught up in, oh, I really like this person and I want to still really like this person, so I'm gonna, just focus on the really good things because this person was really nice to me at this point, so I'm gonna, keep an open heart. I'm gonna look at the bright side. But what I find so funny about that is that it's so against our nature. We are water signs. Water is fluid. Water is very much flowing. You just go with it. Water is also changing, and water is not submissive. And that's what I think we need to understand. We need to put into our mind. Water is not submissive, okay? When it comes to a hurricane or a tsunami, we're not just like, oh, well, it's only water. When there's mass flooding, we're not like, oh, well, it's only water. Water is powerful. Without water, there would be no life, okay? So keep that mentality in your mind. When you say, you know what, I'm a water sign. I have these water aspects in my chart, and they make up a huge portion of me. Yeah, you are a powerful being, okay? And don't tell yourself otherwise, okay? You need to understand that you are in charge of your emotions, okay? Even though that the subconscious may be trying to interfere, you need to work on your subconscious. And us being a water sign, it's very easy for us to do so. It's easier than most signs. So it's possible for us, and that should be our advantage. Okay, I hope you guys all had an amazing time with me. I had a lot of fun doing this. And yep, all my links are down in the bio. Please do like, please do subscribe, and ring the bell so that way next time I post a video, you're here for it. Because I have a lot of fun ideas, and I'm just super excited about it. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!